guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the last 10 books tag. So I saw Aramis do this tag and I thought it sounded really fun, so I wanted to do this tag. Let's just go ahead and get right on into it. The first book is the last book I gave up on. The last book I gave up on is probably Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. I tried reading that back in February and it was horrible. Like, I absolutely did not like that book. I made it through like the first chapter, barely. It was literally so terrible. I really liked when I had read Ready Player 1 back in like 2019, and so I was like kind of hesitant anyway because I figured that this one wouldn't be as good because Ready Player 1 seemed like the perfect standalone, and I think that it should have stayed as a standalone. So that was the last book I gave up on. The next one is the last book I reread, and the last book I reread is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I have that behind me. I'm not going to pull it out. I reread the Harry Potter series every single year. It's my all-time favorite series. Absolutely love it. It's my childhood. It's made a huge impact on my life, so it's something that I reread every year. And I reread that one summer of 2020. Almost a full year ago now. So moving on now, the last book that I bought, I have two for this one. I have Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray, which is about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm really excited. I plan on reading this book next. I'm currently reading The Nightingale, so this will be my next read. And I'm just really, really excited to kind of dive into the literature of Star Wars. I've been a Star Wars fan for as long as I can remember growing up with it. My dad graduated high school in '77, which is when A New Hope came out. So it's just like my family, we absolutely love Star Wars. So I'm excited to get into the literature and just kind of, I don't know, really expand myself into the Star Wars universe. Don't know if I'll do the extended universe or not. We'll see. Okay, and the other book that I bought was the Dumbledore Life and Lies of Hogwarts Renowned Headmaster. I read this month. I highly recommend this to anyone who would love to know kind of what was going on in Dumbledore's head throughout the entire Harry Potter series. It's not like the Life and Lies of Dumbledore in the books. It's more of a deep dive of books 1 through 7 and kind of how Dumbledore was kind of behind the scenes working and preparing Harry for what he needed to do. Highly recommend it. It's really good. Next one is the last book I said I read but didn't. I'm still working on it, okay? But it's been since like April, and that is Beyond the Pill. I'm not super far in it. I just kind of got books like this. They don't do to me what like fiction or fantasy books do to me. Like I don't want to just sit and read this. So it's kind of like one of those where I just like pick it up here and there when I kind of want to read information, but it's not one that I'm like diving through, you know? So that's one I said I read fully, but I didn't. I don't think I ever said I fully read it. I just thought I'd finish it by the time that I posted videos. I never did. So I need to keep reading it. The last book I wrote in the margins of. So I don't write in my books. The only book technically that I write in is my Bible. And I don't think even in like college or anything I wrote in books because I didn't really read very many books like that in school. So I don't have an answer for that one, unfortunately. So we'll move to the next one then. Ooh, the last book that I had signed. I think I have one signed copy in my entire book collection. And it's because the author is my high school English teacher, speech coach, friend now. And that is He That Covereth His Sins by J.A. Ross. And on the inside of the book, I have a full signed, personally signed copy, which I absolutely love. This is a Christian fiction book. So if you like Christian fiction, I would highly recommend this. It's set in Southwest Iowa, like where I grew up, where he grew up, where like just our entire community grew up. So it's just kind of really fun to read about places and like names that I recognize. You guys might not recognize because I don't think any of you are from Iowa. If you are, woo woo. But it's just a really great book. And I highly recommend it to anybody who likes Christian fiction or just fiction in general. You know, read it. It's great. The last book I lost, I don't think I've lost any books, to be honest. Because I don't lose books. I just give them, like I donate them and then I regret it immediately. It's fine. So I don't think I've lost a book. We're gonna move on because I don't know. All right, the last book I had to replace. I actually have a lot of books that I need to replace. And that is because I had donated so many of my personal collection right before getting married. And so I'm trying to rebuild my Divergent series, my Mortal Instruments, a lot of like books that I read when I was younger that I really enjoyed. And the one that I actually have fully replaced is the Chronicles of Narnia. And this is like a full all-in-one book. I don't love these, you guys know that. But I do have The Magician's Nephew and Prince Caspian, different versions on my bookshelf. So I'm kind of building it up. I'm just kind of collecting at this point. I love Chronicles of Narnia. I grew up with it. I had a beautiful box set when I was younger and I let someone borrow it and I never got it back. So those could be lost. I don't know, but I've had to replace them. And that is the Chronicles of Narnia. And I'm happy I have it, even though I would prefer like a box set and not this big giant book. But it's okay. Okay, I think we're almost done. The last book I argued over. Gosh, you guys, I don't really argue with anyone. I try not to. Especially not over books because I don't see the point of it. The last book I probably argued over would be something Harry Potter. Just any of the Harry Potter books. And I don't even know if it'd really be argued, but more like intense conversation maybe. I don't argue over books. Like that seems pointless. Like people have their own opinions on books. Some people like stuff, some don't. You just have to, like you can't help that. So I don't really argue over books. Okay, last one and I will get out of here. Okay, the last book that I couldn't find. I'm gonna say, okay, wait, hang on. Before I even say anything, I'm gonna preface with the last book I couldn't find as in I wanted to read it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Not like I can find all my books really easily. And that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout, and I couldn't find it. This was also back when libraries really weren't open. I don't have a library card around our area now because I haven't been here long enough because they all closed. So I couldn't find it on Libby through my other library, and I didn't really want to buy it, and I couldn't find it anywhere to borrow, so that's gonna be the one I couldn't find. That and some of the Princess Academy books I couldn't find. They were difficult to find to borrow. So that's that. All right, that was the last 10 books tag. Not super crazy interesting for me. I'm pretty plain Jane. I don't lose a lot of stuff. But it was still fun to do. It was kind of fun to look back on like the last books that I've done stuff with. It's kind of hard to remember though, honestly. I had to go back on Goodreads to figure out some of them. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome week. If you've done this tag, let me know. I would love to check it out. Just let me know. I will go to your channel and check it out. If you guys plan on doing this tag, let me know too, and I will make sure to check that out in the future. So yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!